Alright guys, this is gonna be shocking for some people. Here we go. Once again, before when I was just having this simple low-end OBD2 scanner which can scan any codes in my transmission, I was having no problems whatsoever. When I bought the X-Tool A30D, I was so excited, and after testing it on my car, I got P1773 code in my transmission. Now, I have spent maybe 1 week or more just researching and testing, so I don't want to waste your time in a long videos. Probably maybe will be 5-6 parts because of the extensive test I have done. So I just wrote the basic or the main things that I have done, and I'll explain how you can identify your problem of the P1773 in Mitsubishi. Now, first of all, I went through the service manual, workshop service manual, and I have never found this code in the documents in anywhere, neither in the ABS module or the transmission CVT transmission module. The code description, never found it. Okay, on the internet I found this guy, this is the website. I'll mention it in the description. All right, but let's not go ahead of ourselves, because I didn't search immediately for that. First, let's go back to this. We will eventually go to this document in a moment. So, X-Tool is saying ABS ASC information. iCar Pro VGate, it's saying LR/DIR Solenoid. So which one is it? So I kind of combined both information to find out what is going on. So first I used the X-Tool, went through the ABS, checked for the ABS. There is no code whatsoever, no code stored in the ABS. Alright, I went to the live data to see the wheel sensors, all normal, but I couldn't tell if there is a noise in the signal, because the speed of reading the values is not that high in this tool. So that suspicious kept in my mind. Alright, but all of them are fine. Front left, front right, rear left, rear right, all was reporting fine. Now reading the freeze frame on both tools, when I read the freeze frame, it says 116 km/h. All the tests I have done, it was triggered at the 116 km/h in my case. That's a big important information in my troubleshooting. So every time I had to to test if the code is coming back or not, I had to go to the highway, drive at this speed to find, and then stop on the side of the road and check if I had the code. This speed is the computer speed. On the odometer, I mean the speedometer on the instrument cluster, there will be a difference between the needle and the computer what's reading. So also I need to always connect the scan tool and read the speed from the live data, so I can make sure I have touched this speed. Alright, I know there's a lot of information, some of them will be confusing, but bear with me. Okay, at this point I spent a lot of time inspecting the live data of the wheel speed sensors, but I have decided to stop from going through this and go into the official document somewhere. Where is that? I don't want to waste your time in just reading this document, but basically it's asking you to go these steps. Right here, there's some description about this. That it's malfunction of LR solenoid valve, damaged harness wire, malfunction of automatic transmission ECU. I couldn't believe this. I have no driving complication whatsoever. Anyway, here it says that the check step 1, diagnose the code, check if this 1778 is there. Yes or no? In my case it's no, so I go to step 2. Okay, actuation test. At this point, after reading this document, I said, hold on, if I have a intermittent problem, it should not always trigger at the same speed. Why? Because somewhere in the manual, I forget which page exactly, the trigger to report a code, I forget it from the CVT or from the ABS, the speed should be above 50 km/h, and the issue should be for, I think, 1 millisecond or more, then it will trip the code. I don't think a certain intermittent problem related to wires should trip on the exact same speed. So that's why I eliminated this document temporarily. I'm not sure about the elimination, but temporarily eliminated this document and put it on a side, just temporarily, until we go through other stuff. Now, there is a data signal between CVT and the ABS, right? I think this is the one I mentioned, that if it should be above 50 km/h, and the problem should be the loss of communication, or the problem should be more than 1 second, then it will report the problem. Right? So at this point I decided to focus on the CVT side. I checked all the pressures, test drive it, everything is fine. But this is a weird thing, extremely weird for me, and it was about misleading me. It was so close to mislead me in troubleshooting this. If I drive on D mode and reach the 116 km/h, it will trip the code. If I go to sport mode, you know that selector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and reach the 116 km/h, it will not trip the code. And also this was about to mislead me. At this point I was more convinced that this solenoid is faulty, started to get wear or faulty, or one of the connections was really corroded or something. I need to go through this document. I was about to start with this procedure, but no, this is really weird. Once again, why always 116? Okay, here's the surprise. Remember the first when I told you I started to read this information, this problem, when I got the X tool? Surprise. I did the fluent test. Go on, page. Yeah, before that, I was even start to thinking maybe because of the oil changes and this stuff, and my car's more than 400,000 kilometers, maybe it needs some initialization or learning procedures just to know that, just to fix this valve, it is not shifting right or something. Because in the sport mode, the pulleys will be, there is a specific certain values that will set it, but on the D mode it will be like always moving. All right, so what I did this test. I stopped using the X tool. And by the way, clearing the code even from this one, it will come back after that. When I checked with the iCar Pro, it will say it's bending in the transmission. I cleared the code P1773. I cleared it with X tool. In X tool it says cleared. Switch on off the engine, turn it on again, check it again. Nope, no code is there. But when I checked after that, immediate after that, I didn't do a driving test with the X tool, with the iCar Pro. This just low end which is like, once again, it can read my transmission, the codes I mean, not the live data. It shows P1773 pending. At this point, I remember one video I saw on YouTube. One YouTuber said that there was some kind of software issues that doesn't clear the ABS codes, something like that, and you need to disconnect the ABS module, and then at that point you can clear the code. Okay, so it was saying bending. Okay, I stopped using the X tool, cleared the code with the iCar Pro from V8. Then the code is not there anymore, of course. Then I did the driving test again, which is the driving test cycle is drive the car on D mode, reach 116 kilometers, stay on this speed for a few seconds or more if you can, fluctuate it between 114, 15, 16, 17, sometimes I reach or even 140 on the highway kilometer per hour, and stop the car, switch off, switch on again, check the codes. Code never came back. As soon as I connect the X tool, I do the full scan, or if I do the full scan, it will come back. Now, one more thing weird about this. If I clear it, I did it before, but I wasn't, my brain was cooked with all this information and hundreds of pages I have read on the service manuals. I missed this slight glitch in the X tool. If I clear the code, and once again, I'm not sure it is always like this, but the last time I did this test, it did this, and I didn't check it back again if it is going to do this again or not. I really don't have time to. For me, it's fine. The problem is obvious, but it's worth mentioning this glitch. I'll talk about it right now. If I do the test, go to the module, not automatic scanning, I will not find it immediately. If I go to automatic scanning and let it scan all the code, all the modules I mean, it will show. Now, this glitch with the information from that YouTube guy that's saying that ABS module have some problem in clearing memory, well, I think these advanced tools, I mean, this is not so advanced, but kind of better than OBD2 in some ways. Maybe this is the case. So if you do have no check engine, no ABS light, and if you scan with either normal one or OBD2 and you have the P1773 only, alright, do this. If you have an advanced tool, go to the ABS, check if the ABS module, does it have any code? If yes, I will mention in the description the subcode of the ABS module related to the sensors. That most of the cases is like that, most of the cases, but not all. I will mention in the description which code is for the which wheel sensor and other codes. Alright, if there is no ABS code stored in the ABS module, just view the live data of the sensor. Make sure it's all reporting, because who knows, maybe this also it's not reporting the code, but just verify it is reading the wheel's speed, and it should be almost the same values. There is a slight difference acceptable. If you have more advanced tool, then you can see if there is any noise. Sometimes the problem is not in the sensor itself, but the wheels. There's a tune-in magnet that could be broken for some vehicles. That could be a case. You do check this first. Alright, then if all of this is fine, then go to the don't go through this. Alright, just get in a simple OBD2 good quality scanner, clear it with this, and before clearing, read the freeze frame, check at what speed it is triggered. Okay, clear it with a normal OBD2 dongle or device, whatever. Drop test, reach that speed, connect this one, and on your phone you can see what is the actual speed the ECU is reading. Make sure you are touching that speed, it's triggered, and check if it's coming again or not. Most probably will not. If it is happening again, then I will pursue the data signal between the ABS and CVT, which is this document. I didn't need to talk about this, it's really long, but I'll link the description in the link. I put the link in the description, I mean. And one more thing. Before you do all this, first check the CVT transmission oil level. It should be, there's in the dipstick, there is, you know, 1, 2, 3, 3 marks. All right, this is cold, this is hot. The end of this dipstick. If you are checking it on while the car is cold, should be between this one and this one. This is the minimum and this is the maximum. If the car is hot, means the CVT temperature is oil temperature is above in the operating temperature or so. You need to check it between this line, this mark, and this mark. This is the minimum and this is the maximum. All right, do this first before you do any of that. Most probably you don't have any problem here, but just to be safe, play safe, do that check first. Somewhere in the manual I have read that if there is any ABS issue detected, it needs to be occurred 4 times, then it will be reported and it will illuminate the ABS light or check engine light on the instrument cluster, and this never happened to me. It's worth mentioning. I read it somewhere in the service manual, so it's worth just for your information. Alright, just to prove it to you, I'm going to do the following tests. Okay, I'm going to record these tests. First, I'll clear the code using the X tool. I'll show on the screen there is no code in the TCM or ECM, BCM, whatever in the system from the X tool. Then I will drive on the D mode and reach the 116 plus km/h on the highway, or go back home or stop on the side of the road and do a full check and show you the P1773. Then I will clear the code. Sorry, it's already cleared, so I'll clear the code again with the X tool and do this test again and show you that the P1773 is coming back. Right? This is one test, first test, second test, third test. At this point, I will clear the code using the iCar Pro V-gate, drove test, the same conditions, D mode, 116 km/h plus. Okay, stop, do a full scan, show you there is no problem whatsoever. I'm confident about this. Do the test again, reach this speed, same test basically, those units right here, and do the full scan again, show you there's no problem. Let's do that.